All right guys, welcome to Kitchen Daddy. Now this week we're firing up the coals to cook a beautiful butterflied leg of lamb. We're then going to marinate that in some parsley, garlic and lemon. That's right, you heard me correctly. We're going to marinate it after we've cooked it. This is a great recipe if you want to have a spontaneous barbecue and you ain't got time to marinate the meat beforehand. We're going to do it afterwards. Right, to kick things off, we're going to make the marinade. So we need about half a bunch of parsley. Let's finely chop that up. I need 6 cloves of garlic, which we're going to crush and roughly chop. We need the zest and the juice of 1 lemon. Let's add a good pinch of salt, pepper, and a good glug of olive oil. Last of all, we need 4 teaspoons of capers, which we're going to roughly chop up. Now let's get those in. We're going to mix that all together. Now let's pop that aside whilst we prep the lamb. Now I'm using a boned out leg of lamb which I've cut into 2 pieces. Now let's add some salt, pepper. I've also got some oregano in the fridge which I'm just going to add to that. But guys, if you've got some rosemary or thyme knocking around, get that on. That will be absolutely fantastic. Let's add a glug of olive oil. Now using our hands, we want to massage all of that in. Make sure that everything's really well coated. Right, the coals are really nice and hot, so we're going to get the lamb on there. We want to sear this up, get some good colour on it. So I just want to flip that every minute or so, just so it can start building up that colour. Now this is exactly what I don't want to have happen. So if you see all the fat on the outside of the lamb, that's dripping down, that's producing all these massive flames. And what that's going to do, it's going to start burning the fat on the lamb. And guys, trust me, burnt fat with the coal are horrible. We do not want that to happen. So I'm just going to take those off. We're going to let the coals cook down a little bit further, and then we'll get the lamb back on and start cooking it again. Now this is exactly what I'm looking for. We've got the meat, that's just searing away on there. It's still nice and hot, but we haven't got those flames raging up over the meat. So let's just keep flipping that every kind of like 1 to 2 minutes. All I'm looking to do is get that nice and brown all over, a little bit of caramelization. Right, that lamb is looking absolutely fantastic. But I want to make sure that we cook that all the way through nice and evenly. So what I'm going to do is get that off the grill. I've got a roasting tray here with some chopped up celery and some more oregano leaves. Let's get that in. And if you remember guys, that celery is going to lift it up off the tray so it's not going to be in direct contact with the heat. Let's get that back onto the grill. I'm also going to add some hickory chips in there as well. That's going to produce a lovely bit of smokiness to go with the meat. Now let's get the lid on. We're going to cook that for about 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how thick your lamb is. And guys, what we've done there is created a really lovely wood smoked oven to finish off the lamb. That looks absolutely beautiful. Now, as always, let's give that a good prod with our fingers. That way we can tell just how well done we've done the meat. I kind of think I might have overcooked it a little bit. I think I've been playing around trying to get the filming right and not focused enough on the lamb. Let's get that off. Get that into the marinade. I want to spoon that all over the lamb, make sure it's really well coated in all the oil, juices, herbs and capers. Now cover that in foil and we're going to let that rest for about 10 minutes. Right, the lamb's had 10 minutes of resting, so we're just going to carve up and eat. Guys, it is really, really delicious. We've got that lovely kind of like hickory smokiness coming off there. We've also got, you know, just the marinade just works really well. I mean, is it a marinade? Is it a dressing? You know, it doesn't really matter. All I know is that it makes this taste absolutely wonderful. I'm going to enjoy the rest of this. Thumbs up if you like the video, leave a nice comment below, make sure that you subscribe, and next week, oh my word, wait for next week, we are twisting spaghetti bolognese on its head and we're making it the proper, authentic way, and it's gonna blow your mind. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this. Cheers guys, take care, bye-bye. Delicious.